His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commerce Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. Is that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by or Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully. The Liberia National Police.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they can. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to pride in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. No of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy him pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else. These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy him pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying him pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said,
Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Parker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Parker is an old, frail and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? He's 23 years older than George Weah. No argument. He is too old to be a modern day president. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. No argument. He is unpatriotic because one, he lied to us. Two, all the jobs he held, he did nothing. And the 43 years he served in government was marked by massive fraud, waste, and abuse. And most importantly, rampant corruption. As far as the citizenship is concerned, it is in question.
It's confirmed. I'm committed to working collaboratively. 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 Collaborate.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Great day it is. Great day, great day. Not only a great day, but godly day because God over us. Yes, we are back again. Thank you so very much, people, that you place us on your itinerary. Today is Tuesday, the 18th day of November 2025, the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. What a day. This is your radio station, Kings 88.5, the only radio station they talk about, yet they can do nothing. They vex, they can do nothing. They are bitter within themselves, they can do nothing. The station reigns with unfettered broadcast impartially. So the people of Liberia, it is a public service broadcaster. It is not a state. For we are to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every one of us day and night, the God who keeps watch over the good people, the good broadcasters, the good radio stations, the God who, with caution, will give a fin protection with a warning to the despotic, dictatorial, tyrannic rulers and all of the people within that category. Yes, we are grateful to that God. He is a good God, faithful God. He kept watch over us, and he has set us into this day to do his job. Yes, we owe it to God first and the people of Liberia. At the close of the day, God hand is in everything. If you think God is not involved with countries around the world or the world, then you are atheist. But we hold to that belief that he is with every country, every institution, every person, every radio station all over the world, and his spirit hovers. Personally, Kings 88.5. So it's another day. We are grateful to God. Thank you all for coming on. We appreciate your presence. We are inspired by it. We just can without you. Equally, you can without us. Ambassador Thomas Blamo, Copper Farm, Royal Always Val, Eugene Jobo, Capital Bypass, Silva, Washington, Brookville City, Jennington, Bolo, Columbus, Ohio, USA, Manjebe Son, United Arab Emirates, Moses Sua, Painesville, Red Light, Emmanuel Bro, USA, Minnesota, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA, Stephen Fowler, Gardnersville Chicken Soup Factory, Musa Sharif, Congo Town, Juje Onewem, Joy Bless, Jakarta City, Japan, that's Boaka Zodua, Mecklin Street, Waterside, Ibrahim Addison, your resident, Stanley Boso, William Derry Wulu, the official spokesperson, the Civil Rights Movement, Mantonian Son, FDA Junction, Paris Slobod, New Jersey, USA, Abednego, Bassi, Boulevard, Gardnersville, Herentee, Caldwell, Joshua Krieger, Bushro Island, Douala, Samson Carey, Gardnersville Township, District 11, James Doka, Gardnersville, Jeremiah Labla, FDA Community, Stephen Coker, my dear John brother, good to see you on BNY. Hope that you are faring well. Yes, I know that. Yes, life is all about sailing through. But it's good to see you. Yes, Boston Gala, Pennsylvania, the United States, Masari Abdullah, JJY Community, Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory, Block C Community, member of Block Titan, Prince Dowell, Johnsonville, Osman Saul, your business center, Gale Street, Morovia, as well as Joan Momolu, the same place, Patience Wisner Lane Street, Patricia Zia, your office, Gabriel Lawson, Iron Factory, Broad Street, your business center. And my dear sister, Orita Sunday Way Choir, hope that you are faring well. Thank you for the pieces of advice and thanks for the moral support, every other support. Thank you so much. You are such a very good lady. Thank you so much. The chairman himself has just come on. Roma Rico. Yeah, we have to laugh introducing the one and only chairman, the chairman for life, the chairman, melting pot chairman, the chairman that cuts across all race, creed, color, the chairman whose presence embodied the dreams and aspirations of everybody. Come on, citizen, a diehard Jowian. Yes, we are pleased to announce on the show the chairman, Roma Rico, or Kenneball for short, And the First Lady, Mary Mulber. Good to have all of you people on the show. The wife that Daha Buakai, Daha Unity Party. The husband, a job we have been there, CDC, been can play with it. But interestingly, God made one person talk, the other is easy. Just how God positioned Elijah and Elisha. Elijah was the talking type. Elijah was the easygoing type. Hardly talk. Humble, submissive. That's how the chairman, Roman Rico, or Kenny Boy and his wife, the woman, Daha Unity Party, Daha Joseph Yima Boaka, but she easy, quiet. You're talking about Joseph Yima Boaka, saying all kinds of things about Unity Party. Well, she just sitting quietly, can't say anything. When I see the two of them, I just think about Elijah and Elisha. Yeah, Elisha was very quiet, hardly talk, but submissive. That's why God kept him with Elijah. And every request he made to Elijah, he wanted to accept everything along the way. But Elijah too never had his own will too. Yeah, but he used to really like Elisha. Yeah, one of the unique characteristics, Elisha was quiet, easygoing, not the talking type. His boss man was the talking type. Sometimes in office, when you see two people like that, it's good for the office, it's good for the business, it's just good for everyone. You will not understand that because you aren't exposed, but it's good. God does not pair two people with the same identity, the same quality, the same behavioral trait. He does not, and he knows the reason. Different. Once there is diversity and there is focus, they know what to do. Yes. Okay. So let's get into some of the events we've got. As usual, let's start out of Liberia. Then we can talk few things, and then we're out of this place. Tanzania's president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has appointed her daughter, Wanu Emir, Deputy Minister for Education, and her son-in-law, Mohammed Chingawa, Minister of Health. Former President Jakaya Kikwe's son was named Minister of Service Management and Governance, Good Governance. And Samia won the election with 98% of the vote. The new cabinet was sworn in today, Tuesday. Her choices reflect a wider trend in parts of Africa where leaders elevate relatives or close allies. Liberia is common. Joseph Yoma Boakai appoints 50, between 50 and 59. If it hasn't reached 59, it's around there, of his kinsmen from Lofa County and some his relatives. In Uganda, President Yoweri Museveni has family members in key positions. First Lady Janet Museveni, Minister of Education, and their son is leading the defense forces. In Rwanda, President Paul Kagame has denied grooming, nurturing his daughter, Angie Kagame, for politics, meaning he grooming her into politics, though his sons served in the military. The International Criminal Court is seeking a life sentence for Ali Mohammed Ali Abdi al-Rahman, known as Ali Kush-Yihaba, after his conviction on 27 counts of murder, rape, and persecution. The ICC first ruling linked to the Darfur conflict. Prosecutors say he played a key role in the Janjaweed massacres and village burnings more than 2 decades ago. Abdel Rahman maintains he is not Kushhab, but judges dismissed the claim. His lawyers are now seeking a 7-year sentence, which could free the 76-year-old in about 18 months. The case unfolds as new fighting between Sudan's army and the Rapid Support Forces has killed tens of thousands and displaced millions, amplifying the significance of the International Criminal Court's decision. Armed men have killed a teacher and abducted at least 25 students from a girls' secondary school in Manga, Kebbi State, northwest Nigeria. Police say the attackers exchanged gunfire with officers before scaling fence and taking the students from their hostel. A staff member was shot dead while protecting the girls, and another was injured. No group has claimed responsibility. The attack comes amid rising insecurity in northwestern Nigeria, where armed bandit groups frequently carry out kidnappings for ransom and raids on villages and major roads. Police say the assailants were heavily armed and overpowered security personnel. Finally, the United Kingdom is threatening to restrict visas for nationals from Angola, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, accusing them of failing to cooperate with the deportation of illegal immigrants. Home Secretary Shabanan Mahoud has given the three countries 1 month to comply or face suspension for all tourists and VIP visas. She warned that similar measures could be extended to other countries with high numbers of rejected asylum seekers. London says thousands of Angolan, Namibian, and Congolese nationals remain in the UK illegally after failed asylum claims. The government was also wants asylum seekers with access to help pay their accommodation. Nearly 40,000 people have crossed into the UK on small boats so far this year, an increase from 2024. With that, let's get to some of the developments unfolding here. What the budget is still up for discussion is going to be heated over the days, and Liberians have been and still sharing their thoughts on the budget, examining it. The Congress for Democratic Change will give its position on the budget. They gave a very strong critique of the budget that was good by the opposition Congress for Democratic Change. That's what we look forward to, that what it is. The budget is a public information. It's for critique. You give your position, and the party did extremely well. They did extremely well. That's what we expect from everybody, individual citizen, institutions, political parties. Yes, that's what we expect. That's what it's all about. Just so you have an understanding. The budget itself, though it is paper, the hurdle the government faces, the generation or to raise that money. For those of you Unity Party people who don't know, and you are excited for 1.8 billion budget, 1.2 rather, the government will have to raise that money. 1.2 billion, just a number. It's just paper or number on paper. They will have to raise that money. They are sourcing. That's why they're coming up with a number of things. The assets recovery, and Property Retrieval Task Force, the press conference you heard Clark Martin gave, they want to get at most 10 or more millions from it to add to the budget. They have started to come up with some strategies on the imposition of taxes and other things. So when you see some things happening with you or against you, don't just complain, just know that the government is tightening screws so that they can raise that 1.2 billion. Opposition movement for progressive change, Simeon Freeman, political party, gave a news conference to critique the budget. And in that critique, he had a couple of things to say. He gave the news conference. Here is the head of that political institution, Simeon Freeman, with his critique of Unity Party, Joseph Yima Boakai, 1.2 billion budget.
Investment. It embeds climate change adaptation.
He was very frank, very emphatic, and he said some things that anger Unity Party people. Here we go.
To protect our communities and natural resources, and it strengthens performance management systems so that public institutions are held accountable and not just for spending, but for results. I'm sure these things that I just said runs counter to these that risk. So in our way, GSC begin to de-risk environment. So it is a government institution. We should be able to let NTA go, let it survive by itself, let the transportation market be a competitive infrastructure instead of spending all of government money on things that bring nothing back, and then we say we're serving the people because NTA charge anyway. They make money. National Housing Authority. Face it, the last time we put one house in the ground was several years ago. I think the last public housing was under Madam Sirleaf, I think somewhere up here, and those have been sold off. Why do we still fund a National Housing Authority? Cooperative Development Agency, Liberia Agricultural Commodity Regulatory Authority, Rural Renewable Energy Agency, Liberia Water, Hygiene and Sanitation Commission, Forestry Training Institute, Agriculture Industrial Training Bureau. These things don't do anything, but it takes so much money. They take millions of dollars out of the budget. National Veterans Bureau. Just the other day, the veterans were even, people were complaining, look, we need to have a clear program. Every year, the money we spend on veterans, if we have pumped it into a few businesses to create employment for them, they will be better employed than the money we give to a Veterans Bureau. National Commission on Disabilities. Just the other day, the guys were in the street complaining that the guy that is there is somebody else and they don't have a representation. If we took this money and put it into a proper structure that will provide employment for them, they will not be on the streets begging. And under my administration as president, we will properly repurpose our resources for the best outcome as indicated in this verbiage. What the verbiage says, it says one thing, but in reality, it does another thing. National Food and Feed Safety Authority. What is that? I'm sure you guys are wondering. People are walking the streets hungry, and we have a National Food and Feed Safety Authority. Then we also have a National Food Assistance Authority. Agency. The National Food Assistance Agency was established years back when there was some level of assistance run up, but those institutions still get some kind of money. National Medical and Dental Council. Why are we funding that? Fund these things through the Ministry of Health, and we'll be done with that. And even the Ministry of Health, you will see when we open these budgets, we'll compare the Ministry of Health budget with the EPS budget. We'll compare the Ministry of Education budget with the Executive Management budget, so you can see who actually is the beneficiary of this budget. Law Reform Commission. What law are they reforming? Absolutely no law is being reformed. All these years, we sit here, absolutely nothing happens. Then Human Rights Commission. I'm sure the people whose rights are being violated every day are asking themselves, is there a Human Rights Commission? Then Liberia National Commission on Small Arms. The state resources are just being spilled like drunken sailors. That's how the government spends money. Then we have National Security Council. For what? National Center for Coordination of the Response Mechanism. What is that? Independent Information Commission. Let's be frank. Then you have the GAC. Then you have the Internal Audit Agency. As president, let Internal Audit Agency go, strengthen GAC, and change our entire audit mechanism. Every year, you hear, oh, this person stole this, this person stole this. I have been of the view, strengthen GAC, let GAC transition from post-audit to risk. So in our way, GAC begin to de-risk environment. So within institutions, you're going to have risk officers that will properly advise on budgetary allocations instead of the damage being done, the expenses incurred, and you're looking for somebody, and then we have to allocate money to the Ministry of Justice and be subjected to a whole long legal process that take years when that money can actually be for development. And this is against the background of the verbiage stated in the budget that the money is not just being spent like before. Public Procurement and Concessions Commission, it exists and everything is happening. But we had GSA yesterday, and there was centralized procurement. All of these dynamics are layers and layers of bureaucratic infrastructures that give money to people and bring nothing. Then we have National Disaster Management Agency. I'm sure that many places in this country where there has been disaster and nobody has come, the only thing you hear the people say, we're calling on the international community to come to our aid, would be wondering, is there a National Disaster Management Agency? Why are we giving them money? Bureau of State Enterprises. You have another one called Governance Commission. What do they do? And they take millions of dollars. Governance Commission take more than $3 million. Doing what? Ministry of Information. A few guys that sit there and talk nonsense. They don't even understand what they're saying. When you say something critical, they come to the airwaves and just talk nonsense. Nothing they even understand. I don't even think, sometimes when they talk in the speed, even drive from their mouth. I think many times you journalists just carry them some water so they can help themselves. Liberia Institute of Public Administration. Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. That's why I'm dwelling on this ministry, because the reality is, if you look at President Bouaka, he has the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, which takes 15 million, and we are not analyze that. Then you have the EPS, which only for Presidential Affairs, which takes another 9 million. That's about $24 million out of the national budget that Bouaka alone consumes. We're going to that analysis. Institutions that do not need government funding. Liberia Electricity Corporation, $50 million this year. Why? Everybody here pay current bill. Why LEC? Like in many countries, you have private power authority that are functioning, that work, and the tariff is even lower than Liberia. Why every year we're pumping millions of dollars into LEC, and guess what? LEC contributes nothing to the national budget. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, nothing to the national budget. We go into another section of the budget, grounded in the arrest agenda, and I'm quoting here, for inclusive development. This budget reflects a government that listens to its citizens. That's what they are saying. Learns from their lived experiences and leads with purpose. That's what the government is saying. It integrates gender response planning and budgeting to ensure that women, men, and youth are equally considered in every policy and investment. It embeds climate change adaptation to protect our communities and natural resources, and it strengthens performance management systems so that public institutions are held accountable and not just for spending, but for results. I'm sure these things that I just said runs counter to these declarations. So when you read these nice verbiages in these documents, you ask yourself, how come since 2023, we've never had a budget performance report? Because it is from the performance report that you will know that look, okay, the government actually collected this and they actually spent this, and this ministry and agency to whom this amount of money was given, that this ministry or agency actually did this expenditure or did that expenditure. And it creates a basis for performance. Should we keep our ministry? Should we keep this institution? That's what the budget performance does. It's a full detailed analysis of beneficiaries of the cash and what did they do with it. But In every respect, what happens? The new budget is being passed, no budget performance report has been provided, and we just sitting and it's business as usual. And that's why as I go further down, you will see and notice some of the lapses that we have. As a result of our spending, the Ministry of Finance, through the document, also recognizes that the Liberian dollar is expected to slightly depreciate modestly. There's not going to be a slight depreciation, it's going to be a high depreciation because they're going to print money again, reflecting structural pressures in foreign exchange market and rising import demand. This is a wonderful admission. Rising import demand, but this entire budget does nothing about dealing with rising import demand, as you will see when we go along. Absolutely nothing, no allotment to those institutions that will create jobs in any respect.
Simeon Freeman, with his critique of the budget, why some of the institutions that he named should not exist. More money goes into those institutions. They generated nothing. They contributed nothing significant to the budget. They're not even contributing, yet money goes to those institutions, which strains the government. Some of them, he's 100% right. Some of the institutions are just not necessary. You have duplication of functions. Look at most of the institutions, they're doing almost the same thing. That's why when you go to this other agency, they're just sitting there, nothing doing. This other institution doing the work. They just created all kinds of institutions, and it strains the budget. It's just like you have a small budget to manage your house, then you bring in this other relative responsible for that. You bring in the other relative in a home. The other relative will do it. You get the other relative. But the money you have to sustain the house so small, it can't go around. Yet you push money all around. At the close of the day, it will affect the house. That's what the government is doing. Some of those institutions, truly, they are just not necessary. Why did Ellen merge the Ministry of Planning and Development with the Ministry of Finance, called the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning? Because you had it separate, and then government was just putting money into it. Nothing was happening. People were taking free pay. They sit down all day. They just do all kinds of stuff, leave the office, go home. The same way, if these LEC cannot, how will you put 50 million into LEC when LEC is a generating entity? That's why in the past it was being argued that let LEC be privatized. You have Post and Telecom sitting right here. They're doing nothing. You have Celcom, Lone Star, the other people. So what Post and Telecom doing? Money isn't coming from that place. It is a generating revenue entity. But what are they generating? Nobody has time. Everybody turned to Lone Star and Celcom. So they're just there. Yet the government put money there and no money coming. Most of those institutions, they have to look at it. That's what you have governance commission for. You look at some of those institutions and said, look, let's merge this with this. This institution isn't necessary. What is it doing? And he's right. That's how you know which institution is actually working. From performance report. If you gave a budget for 2024, 2023, and throughout nothing is happening, they're just there sitting, nothing, no need to exist. No need. But again, this is the culture. That's how people get money. They keep them on. Some of those institutions doesn't make sense at all. So that was portion of his critique of the unrealistic budget. Dear Senator Amara Conan had something to say. I think he did a very long write out, praising in some areas that he thinks are workable, and some areas he is pessimistic that it's not going to be possible. He gave a balanced piece. He identified several flaws in the budget, even though along the way he didn't want to be too critical of his colleagues, but he tried to share his opinion according to him as former finance minister. Senator, not senator, but the Senate. There's this hypocrisy. Well, you can see now why Unity Party was bitter in the past to come. They will say today the opposition bitter. Equally, they were bitter in the past. Not only were they bitter, but they were envious. They were jealous. And they imputed hate, grudge, which they live with today still. Even though they have the comforts of the country, they are still bitter. Everything they condemned yesterday, they are doing it today. The most disgraceful of all is Senator Darius Dillon. Your Unity Party people, whether you like it or not, Senator Darius Dillon is a mess, a political mess. Yesterday, he was calling his friends spineless. So nobody should say you're talking to the senator unruly. That would be so stupid and dull of you. He is a mess today. Do you know that he says there now, he calls nobody spineless. He doesn't call the Senate or the House, the legislature spineless because he's getting enough money. Do you know that he's comfortable now because his aim and objective has been achieved? He was successful in getting his brother wife as Minister of Education, his junior brother. Here is the senator who yesterday was very critical. He argued that the late Zolizo Tapla David lie on an oath. For that reason, he should not be confirmed, and truly, Dillon saw to it that Zolizo was not confirmed. Former President Weah did nothing. He respected the legislature, he respected the decision. He finds someone else for Zolizo to serve his country. Fast forward. God will always bring back what you condemn, how you were evil, how it was personal, so that you face that same reality to see whether you were actually doing it on the basis of the law or not grudge. Senator Darius Dillon is one of the men who has bitter grudge for George Weah. You'll be careful with him, you seditions. Every nominee that we are sent to that Senate during George Weah time, Dillon put on his bitter jacket to ensure that it was not possible. I'm saying this to tell you people now, God created the same situation. Here is this lady called Bintu Salif, a Unity Party supporter. The woman who prior to her nomination would sit on Class Reloaded and other platforms. Before Class Reloaded, she was with veteran journalist Sogba George on think Prime Heat or something like that. She will ring insults, say all kinds of things, condemn, because she had just come from America. She thinks because she came from America, so the people here, oh yeah, she knows it. Oh, she's highly clever. She all kinds of stuff. And then she transitioned to Class Reloaded. Boaga appointed her from Class Reloaded, which is not bad. She goes now, she lie everything, her education. She lie on her oath. She presented a messy delivery. The senators, because she is a Unity Party person and they want to satisfy Joseph Yuma Boaga as at all costs, they gave her a resetter. A resetter. Yesterday, DeLong was very vehement against Zolizo. He saw to it that Zolizo was not confirmed, and Zolizo wasn't confirmed. Yeah, their Unity Party person, he's speechless. He can say anything. He's not critical. You seditionists, you're saying it. Yesterday, you people were out with this nonsense of a cliche. You think you people were making sense. Disenchanted sedition, disenchanted. They both took advantage of all of those things. They both made sure that you had confusion amongst yourself so that will flush you out. And when they get there, they will do everything against you. Be there and hoping for 2029. Don't start doing something now just as they were bitter against you. They were critical of you. They were doing all kinds of things against you. Just be there and be talking 2029 coming. 2029 coming, yes. It's obvious. It is divine. It is supernatural. It is not man's set. It is God's set. But what do you do? Just as they were critical against you, just as they were bitter against you, just as they were doing all of those awful things to get you out, they were very critical. They were weaponizing you everywhere politically. It is your time to do. The woman went to the Senate for her resetter. Again, as I told you people yesterday, she blundered. Yesterday, resetter was stage managed by certain senators. Certain Unity Party senators, they don't want to deny her. I don't know on what grounds they don't want to deny her, but she has given them every reason to deny her or reject her. So they call her back to do a resetter confirmation. Look at senators. Where have we seen that in this country before? This is the first time probably it happened. I do not know. If you know, you can share that with me. But this is the first I have come to know. Resetter confirmation. Unity Party set that history. Resetter confirmation. So she went for resetter. Again, she blundered. The senators tried helping her and said, Madam Kine, sit down. This time around, please, organize your CV group, put it together, get somebody to coach you. We will not be very critical of you. We will not ask you hard questions. So at least everything will sail smooth and we can capitalize on that. The Unity Party senators, stage managing. Still, the woman made and shame. All the way they try helping her, she still made and shame. When you door, you door. There's nothing you can do about it. When you door, you door. You go up, you come down. They gave that woman another try, she will fail. They gave her the fourth, she will fail. They gave her the fifth, they can give her 15 trials, she will fail in all. The woman just dull. D-U-L-L, she dull. The first person in the history of this country, first time, will go for confirmation, resetter. Dillon and the shame. They can't say anything. A Unity Party woman. So who is morally and politically clean in this political space of ours? Who is clean? Yesterday, you saw the CDC people as unclean because of what they were doing. You said it was wrong. Today, you're doing the same thing. So who is clean? There is nothing that you're condemning CDC people of, CDC government of, that you ain't doing. You're doing the same thing and even more than CDC. Too bad of. Very bad. Let's go to Senator Snow. They say that AB can cause. We exonerated because if we did not have people insulting in the past, and AB is the only person insulting, then you say yes. But as far as we know, AB has never insulted and he will never insult.
And nobody has insulted. If anybody wants to use AB as a trump card, that will not work. No one has insulted. Senator Snow today raised an issue of how people from the executives, the people who claim to be holy, the holy of holies, the sacrosanct, the immaculate, the sinless. Senator Snow raised a concern about, hold on, Chief, I'm coming to you, about the kind of insults that comes from the executive.
The legislative branch of the government, our constitution, provide oversight of the other branches of government. It's fast becoming precedent that in the discharge of our duty to provide oversight, we are either been assaulted or accused by public officials. Not necessarily by the ordinary man in the street, but by officials of government. Months ago, a committee on foreign affairs invited the foreign minister here, and we have some concerns. Expressing those concerns, we talk about the misuse of diplomatic passport. Go on aircraft displaying the diplomatic passport, put on social media. And I was assaulted by two officials of government. One in the airways, one in the papers. He has assaulted me while expressing my concern. I went on a talk show and I stated that I want this government to be a one-term government. It became a crime. The Ministry of Information dropped off a statement and accused me of trying to destabilize the country and prevent investors coming into the country. I completely forwarded to the Senate, and the Senate leadership proceeds of the matter, and still looking forward to the resolution. Discussion. A few last sessions, I wrote a letter to this plenary that it is alleged that a gambling center has been opened at ELBC. The Director General of ELBC, in his response, went to the social media and ranged insult, this time not just from me, but even on the Senate. Questioning the Senate, insulting me, went on. That happened in other senators, but I'll use one other example so I won't hijack the floor. Senator Dallas Dillon have been talking about the issue of work permit. In response, the Minister of Labor went to the Ministry of Information, the government platform, and said he was nominated by the President to be Minister of Justice, and that Senator Dallas Dillon rejected that nomination, and that's how he became Minister of Labor. He didn't stop there. Social group, which is not that important, but even his own political party that he chairs in a formal statement accusing Senator Dillon of attacking Libanians. Even accused Senator Dillon of attributing to the death of Senator Johnson that he doesn't like Libanians. That which I consider a threat to his presence, his life. Madam Pro Tem, if these actions of agents of the executive and state actors go unnoticed, today it might be heavy slow as an opposition, a proud opposition. But what about the law? Who's over the more ruling party? And that's why I use him as another reference. We all here will be under attack one day or the other. My prayer to this Senate is that we did the right to act now, but we forever hold our peace. Because when we begin to go around
Nothing is happening today. Go around. We all sit apparently and see what will happen. I think it's a gross disrespect to the Senate. It infringes on our constitutional responsibility, and in the discharge of our duty, we are either being threatened or we are being insulted, not just by the ordinary people in the market, but by officials of our own government.
Senator Edwin Revo Melvin Snow. His position not bad, but he messed everything up. Should you be the one protecting or speaking for Darius Dillon? Darius Dillon is covered by the government. Darius Dillon is one of the decision makers in the government. So if Corporal Kra disagrees with him, goes to the Ministry of Information and give his position, should you bring it on the Senate floor? You talk about yourself. This is where I tend not to be too comfortable with Senator Snow, because you can see the fear in him. He sways. You talk about yourself on the Senate floor. The man referenced you. Eugene Fagon referenced you in his video, in his podcast, rather. He made specific reference to the event that happened with you, Patrick Horner, and the lady. Probably that what angered you, and you said he made reference to you.
There is no damn casino yet. There's no slot machine yet. There's no card table yet. Nobody play no damn cards yet. Nobody play no Russian roulette shit. Nobody play slot machine yet. There is none yet. There has never been, and there will never be. You're running your mouth. Show the camera around. Let us see the casino. How your part in casino can look. Your part in casino, then you go to the higher low. Is this a casino to you? Do you see a slot machine yet? Do you see card table? I will get it. I won't wait for Tuesday. I will wait for Tuesday. I will deal with that from the law perspective. Yes. The other man, they call guys on we already catch it. Okay. He said, oh, and the director general can do this, he can do that, but where's the moral lesson?
Yeah, listen, he's coming to that part. He did not know that it was his own Unity Party man. I say his own Unity Party because he's in this government. Patrick Horner, who put up that money, I think it was 500 or 1,000 United States dollars, to a lady or any lady who will naked herself completely and walk before them. It was Patrick Horner's bachelor Eve. The fellow, Eugene Fagon, did not research before. That's why in life you have to be careful. Don't put emotion into. Otherwise than that, you will be exposing yourself, exposing somebody close to you. It wasn't Edwin Snow that put up the 500 or 1,000 United States dollars. I can recollect that whole incident. It was between three persons, Snow, Patrick Horner, the lady, and the announcement came from Patrick Horner, and he said, any lady, it was Patrick Horner's bachelor Eve. There are people who know it listening to me, and they can even say more than I. So he did not know that it was them, his own Unity Party man. Listen to him. He came in there. He thought that he was condemning or vilifying Snow.
What your damn moral lesson when somebody walk marching won't get butt naked side of pool. When somebody walk marching won't get butt naked side of pool. What's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson when somebody walk? What's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson? When some he can do that, but what's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson? Do that, but what's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson? Do that, but what's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson? Do that, but what's the moral lesson? What your damn moral lesson? When somebody walk marching won't get butt naked side of pool. Marching won't get butt naked side of pool. Somebody walk marching won't get butt naked side of pool. Somebody walk marching won't get butt naked side of pool.
He said he was referencing Edwin Snow, but it was his own man, Patrick Horner. It was Patrick Horner's bachelor Eve. They set up that occasion and they put up the United States dollar for any lady who would naked herself completely and walk before them. I think somebody said this man is not really in line with Unity Party. Yeah, because he cost a lot. He said all kinds of things. So Bwaka rewarded him. So he's trying to give Bwaka the impression. But his loud mouth, his loose way of talking and not reasoning, because reason go with careful evaluation. It goes with second thought. It weighs all of the options, knows what to say, what not to say, at what time. So you see, it was his own man. It was his own man. No, I'm not talking about that. It was his own man. Was Patrick Hona's bachelor Eve? Was Patrick Hona who put the money up? So he felt he was referring to Snow. He thought that Snow did it. No.
Mashi won't get bought naked side crew. 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 Mashi won't get bought naked side crew.
No, you even got the information wrong. The money was put up just as you see in movies, movies and real life too. In some countries, they put some amount, and then the girls come naked, displaying as a show of sport, right? I think they have some kind of way of calling it. They just come to mesmerize, to flit on the stage, but they are practically naked. So they put the money up, and the lady, a lady left the crowd and did it because she needed the money at that time. She looked at her poverty-stricken condition and said, "Let me take the risks. Whatever happens, whatever people say, I will move," because she needed money. But that is not the issue. It was his own Unity Party man. But Snow's concern is the insult. They said that AB is the one who insults. What would they say? I thought he was going to announce, I thought Fagon was going to announce Yeke Ben from LBS. Who insults, who use vulgar expression in this country on Joseph Yema Boakai? Nobody does that but Yeke. If you know what vulgar expression is, and if you know what description is, people consider description as insult. And you tend to wonder what kind of country, how our literate society is. When people know, they don't know the difference between description and vulgar expression. They don't know. So let's take it now. Look at the man, listen to the man. These expressions, are these expressions worthy or ethical of this man who is Unity Party Director General for Unity Party State Radio? These words should come from this man's mouth who condemning another person.
There is no damn casino yet. No. There's no slot machine yet. There's no card table yet. Nobody play no damn cards yet. Nobody play no Russian roulette shit. Nobody Russian roulette shit. No Russian roulette shit. No Russian roulette shit. No Russian roulette shit. No Russian roulette shit.
Should these words come from a Unity Party official? So you see, last night when AB said some Unity Party people are demonized, that's it. This is it. When you are demonized, you are in the state of schizophrenia. Meaning, you appear normal. You think you're saying what you're saying or what you're doing is normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal. You sound within yourself that what you are saying, no, nothing wrong with it, you're normal, it's okay. But in reality, it is abnormal, it's unethical. Everybody goes on. They will say all kinds of things about the people. Yes, Snow came out. They describe Snow all kinds of ways. At least he can raise the issue. But my disagreement, Don, he should not have mentioned. He started well. His position was well. But he should not have used DeLong. DeLong example did not fit in there. DeLong goes after you in that Senate from time to time. We've known that. DeLong is the only person who has that kind of character in the Senate. He goes after you when he has something against you. DeLong has never cut across. Nobody should see it that way. Look at his entire life in that legislature. Look at the people that he did not like and he went after. He made sure that something happened. He goes after you when he does not like you. We agreed that the Minister of Labor had his own shortcomings. He faltered along the way. He did one or two things. But look at other people who mess up to the core in their various areas. They being at that Senate. You saw DeLong ever going after them to do this, do that? I can name you 5 persons he went after, and he made sure. That's why the man went at the Ministry of Information and responded to him, DeLong, the way he responded, because Corporal Cry was fed up with it. When one man, their job, pay me, what pay me, what pay. They're in the very Senate. Their people are underpaid. All kinds of things happen by labor practice in that same place. You won't even see your own. That's why they will never get into audit of that place, because of the kind of things that are happening over there too. The man is not a saint. He too, he blundered along the way. He has his own problem. But all of the senators over there, they know, and they know how to address the issue. He's the only one who will always sound like a trumpet. He should be the one. Mr. Know It All. Senator Snow is right. The same thing we've been talking over the days. The government cannot define insult. This country will have to tell us what constitutes insult and what does not. All right. So, yesterday also, it was the Southeast government that how they would say. They say the government was a Southeastern government. This other person in government from the Southeast, this person from the Southeast, that person from the Southeast. Today, what do we see? Look at the structure, look at the composition of Boaga government. Almost 50, if not more than 50, from Lofa County. So, it is Kisi government. It is Kisi government, a tribal government. Kisi government, look at the number of people. Look at the number of people from Lofa County that are appointed and are being appointed by Joseph Yeman Boakai. So what the noise was for yesterday now, when they're doing the same thing. That's why the country can't go anywhere. And there's this thing they say, then we close. They'll say the opposition bitter. Let me say it to you. Listen carefully. They often say the opposition bitter. When they tell you that you're bitter, respond this way. Yes. If Unity Party people tell you you bitter, you vexed, you angry, tell them yes. Tell them you are 5,000% right. Don't see it as an offense. Don't see it as provocation. They are not provoking you. You will think that they are provoking you, and they too will think that they are provoking you. But they are telling you that when we were in opposition, we were vexed, we were angry, we were bitter. So when they say you are angry, you are vexed, ask them, were you happy? Were you joyful? Were you celebrating when you were in opposition? Ask them that question. When they were in opposition, they were angry, they were vexed. That's why they came out with all kinds of lies. They staged series of protests. They paid people to protest. They had people blocking the streets. They went to press conferences defying the government. Is that not bitterness? Is that not vexation? The only reason these guys can say things to you, you get jitter, because you don't know how to respond. You put emotion ahead of reasoning. When they say you are better, it is a compliment. Take it as a compliment. You are better. Yes, the second part by which you should agree with them. You are better because you want change. You are better because they lie, they did, and they're doing nothing extra. So you want change. And change is not on a silver platter. Your bitterness, your vexation is legitimate. Don't get jitter when they say that. When they tell you you will stay long, you will stay long. What I can say, you will stay long, tired talking, something like that. When they use that expression, say yes. We will stay long talking. Because change is not an event, it is a process. They did not have event yesterday. They didn't have event yesterday. They had process. They have first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, 6 years. It wasn't a one-day thing. So when they tell you that you will stay long inside, tell them, yes, we'll stay long inside. We'll stay long with our bitterness, and our bitterness is legitimate. Our bitterness will take you out just as you were bitter yesterday. And you will be bitter with us because you will be reacting, and your reaction will be based on your vexation, your anger, and it will pain you and hurt you. At the close of the day, you will fall down and die if you aren't strong to withstand our bitterness. That's what you tell people. That's what the mind is for. Don't get angry. I just thought to advise you this way as I get ready to open the line. Don't get jitter. Anything they say to you, if they say you will stay long inside, say yes. If they say that 6 years, says yes. That's true. That's 6 years because the Constitution says 6 years. If they say you will talk tire, say yes. We will talk tire. As long as we want change, we'll continue to talk because change is not automatic. Change is not on a silver platter. Change is not an event. It is a process with consistency at talking and demonstrating legitimate bitterness, just as you people were 6 years ago. It makes no sense. Between the opposition and the ruling establishment people, you find bitterness within the ruling establishment. You find irrational bitterness, not rational bitterness, irrational bitterness. You have everything it takes, yet you are angry, you are vexed, you are provoking. It is not normal. It is abnormal. A person who has everything is comfortable, is happy, is joyful. But a person who has everything and still showing bitterness, vexation, anger, then it's not normal. No. So don't get jaded. When they write, you write. When they talk, you talk. We are getting into 2026. Please position yourself. Position yourself. We are getting into 2026. 2026 is going to be the beginning of a tense political battle. We've told you people that 2026, everything going to get started. And they are waiting. They announced, the justice minister said 2026. They will start the prosecution of past government officials. The National Elections Commission, as we told you, 2026, they have started preparations for 2029 elections. The National Elections Commission cannot prepare for a national election in 1 month. It's always between a year, almost 2 years. So it's 2025. You got a couple of weeks. You got a couple of weeks for 2026. Start counting from 2026 technically. That's 2026, the National Elections Commission starts. The entire 2026, NEC will have to start getting things on the ground. It will take NEC into 2027. Between 2027 and 2028, what there? No time there again. Within this time interval, the government wants to do, Unity Party wants to do something that will slow the pace, that will take the steam of the opposition. What that means is they will want to instill fear, but they will be turning the country into a chaotic atmosphere. The justice minister was on the air. He said he's been pressured to move with the prosecution of former government officials. They want money. Part of the 1.2 billion revenue generation, they said 10 million or more will come from assets recovery. That's why they started arresting people. You heard that man shouting, screaming all over the place, putting 15 odds and say that Finabono resident and the Bay users and so amount, all kinds of stuff. They want money from there. They're taking money from other areas. They're imposing a number of taxes. Things are just not happening as the way they want it. So get ready. Get ready. In such a time that we have now, it's not emotion, it's not vexation, it's not anger. You cannot overcome your enemy with emotion, with vexation, with anger, with insulting, whichever way or whatever expression. No, you overcome your enemy by reason and composure, how you position yourself. Look at those movies. You people watch movies a lot. You see, when they're ready to face their enemy, what they do? They go into their room. They go into the room and then they're strategizing. They're strategizing. They are reasoning out how to overcome the enemy, what they need to do, how they need to get started, where they need to come from, if need be to send reconnaissance or spy. That's how you operate. That's where we are right now. Don't put emotion into it. Don't put vexation. Don't put anger. Don't come with all kinds of, oh, the person there, oh, the person now, 2029 coming. The reason they're saying that you are better, because the way you're responding. The reason they are telling you you are better, it is because of the way you are responding. Remember now, when you were hating them, when the election campaign was on and you were hating them hard, they knew that you were hating them hard. When they realized that they could not sustain the argument, what did they do? They resorted to this strategy. We agree. We agree. Everything you said, they said, we agree. And then when they printed t-shirts, we agree. You still have that power, that ability. They think that they are hating you. You can hit them back double by using the same psychology, the same mind game. When they say you better, say yes, we are better. We are better for change. We are better to revive this country, to redeem this country. We are better to get it redone. 2029. We are better to get you out, and we get you out 2029. Don't get jitter. Anything they say, just look for a simple response. That way you break them down. They get weak. They can't make it. Don't worry. They can't make it. 2029 is there. It's set. 2026, nobody can change it. No man can change it. So we don't worry about numbers or numbers. No, when you are existing, don't worry about number. Don't worry about number. The number is not created by you. The year is not created by you. It's not set by you. It's set by God. So it is there. It is everlasting. Your responsibility is to do what is within your reach to reach 2029 by your work. 2029 there. No matter what, it will come. Couple of months, weeks from now, we'll be talking 2026. We can change it. Can we postpone 2026? Can we put it 4-5 years back? No. It's there. That sealed prophecy is already sealed. It is a foregone conclusion. It's finished. It's supernatural. So the responsibility with God between this time, so that time 2029, before 2029, you had 2026, 2027, 2028. So make the maximum use of the space, the season, the time, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. On the fringe of 2029, which is 2028, then you can start using our expression now because you already done your homework. Everything is in place. You already know what is coming. You are confident. That's when you start saying 2029, 2029, because it's snip of the finger. So make the maximum use. They know that. They know. So the psychology is they will continue to tell you, oh, you're too tired. You're not coming back. 2029, you messed this country up. Yeah, all those things, and they will say, oh, those things are intended, that simple psychology, just to play on you and get jitter. Put on a thick skin. Put on thick skin. Anything they say to you, send it back to them. You're not being disrespectful. You're not being cheeky. You're just being mature. If they said, you're still on inside, you know how many times they have said to me, you're still on inside? And my response had always been, yes, that's true. All of us are staying long inside. That's what I tell them. All of us. And we're in the same space. And all of us talking. They saying yes. We're saying ours. When they say you are talk tired, we say yes, but all of us are talking now. If we were the people who just talking and you people aren't talking, it makes sense. But you people talking along with us. You people are the ones who are bitter. We are comfortable. We are happy. We are down. You are up. The burden isn't on us. The burden is on you. The burden is always on the person that has the power, the ruling establishment. The burden is never on the opposition. The burden is always on the current government, the ruling establishment. That is why they will always want it to work their way. And the opposition will be on their back 24/7. So in that space, who is bitter? Simple. Just thought to share that piece of advice with you as part of the warfare. Yeah? So get strong. Don't get jittered. Don't show any emotion. Don't insult. Don't say anything. Whatever they say, if they say you're still on inside, say yes. We're still on inside together. You're with us. When they say you talk tired, say yes. We will talk tired together because you're talking too. Just like that. Simple. All right. So that's it. Let's review lines. Then we are out. Frederick Nimnem, they were talking about Buffer Chambers, Abache as appointee of George Weah's government. The appointment of Southeast under Weah was not even 30%. Matthew Choloplay, I don't blame Dor Dillon because those useless other senators who are more educated than Dor Dillon allowed themselves to be controlled by Dillon. Gabriel West, this Fagon is so irresponsible, arrogant, and shameless. Another Bwaka attack criminal on display. Emmanuel Bro, shamefully, Eugene Fagon didn't do his homework properly regarding that incident with the naked girl on Patrick Honor Bachelor's Eve. In my honest opinion, he got it wrong because I still remember. Tamati John said that naked lady was my what? No, you're not too clear, Chief. You want to do a simple right arrow, not something so very long. Okay. So let's get to the other side. 0. Yes. Let's get to the other side. But before we get there, let's have this break. Let's have this break, then we get to you. Let's have this break.
Jah Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people. Wagwan the blue revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready? Let's go. CDC come. CDC come. CDC build. CDC build. CDC red. CDC red. Get what's up coming. Yeah, we building a new home. Let's build. Let's build. The men they want me, hold them not make it hey. Let's build. Let's build. We did it before and we can do it again. Hey. Let's build. Let's build. We coming again. We coming again. We coming again. We will do it again. We coming again. We coming again. We coming again. CDC coming again.
Flying blueprints, breaking ground. A foundation strong where love will stand tall. Every break can be a piece of our hearts. A place we call our own. No matter where the road leads on, the walls are rising. The rules are taking shape, building a new home. With love from the start, through laughter and tears, through the struggle we face, we'll build it strong, fill this room with joy and grace.
Let's build. Them men, they want me, hold them up, they get them away. Let's build. Let's build. We did it before, and we can do it again. We are the masters. This is our party. It's not a building. This is an idea. This is our struggle. This is our future. We can be broken, better and stronger forever.
The Blue Revolution is building a new world.
They break it before, we build it before, they break it again, we will build it again. They break it before, we build it before, they break it again, we will build it again. They in position,
The best,
we in opposition,
the best,
they gave us eviction,
the best,
they turn to demolition,
the best,
we turn right,
the best,
we turn left,
the best,
we do this,
the best.
we do that, the best.
They are so mad for no reason.
All the charlatans, all the motivers, all the miscreants, all the surrogates.
They are so mad for no reason.
This apologist was for rescue puppets. Tabula rasa put us in economic destitution.
They are so mad for no reason. We coming again. 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 CDC coming again.
Oh, Jarastafara, what a wow. It's a redemption day.
0772-23-9933 0886-000380375. Hello.
Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call for my people, Colonel, Uncle Spring Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrews, thank you very much. Everything you said is 100% in place. But Mr. Andrews, this is my point. You know why the issue with Solizo was widespread as compared to what is happening today? What happened was there was a calculated plan by the insider, the likes of Daniel Zanga, the likes of the NSA boss at the time, and all the guys, they knew that Solizo was an outsider who would protect the interests of President William. So having there in their midst was a plan. That's why they pushed the law at the time to raise that issue, and then they later, reject. It was a calculated plot. But in life today, the guys that have easy run. We're not talk because Joseph Newman Boakai and all the guys that are desperate for power, that's why they presented the country like we're going to war over the last 6 years. Today, We are seeing everything in Peter yesterday is now done 300% more than ever before. But how here, this is Nigeria. Our brothers who fed were disenchanted yesterday, who fed were neglected. What are they getting today? But we look up to 2029. 2029, we will not be radical in how they were to represent this country. We will fight them and God will fight it for us. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on the issue. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, fast discussion.
Change your location. Your line isn't that good.
I'm correct now.
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, we appreciate my thing and appreciate to Seymour Freeman for the verdict that this particular and the fallacious budget that been purported by Unity Party and the corrupt government. And then he did actually well. Those institutions and agencies of the government are outlined. They are just complete liability. But the information ministry, the guys over there, they are just there and let's fix it, doing nothing, raise insult, and at the end of the month, they receive tithes, they receive salary from taxpayer money. I think those institutions are so much useless to the Liberian society. And lastly, so the Senate, the CDC senator, we were here yesterday. Zolizo was denied to the advocacy of Daradino and that of Yombiri Kanga. So you cannot sit over there and allow a lady who has committed a serious academic crime to confront her. It will bring your reputation to the public disrepute. So, and a way, Nathaniel Magee and other CDC senators, people need to stand firm. And this lady, she started the corruption right under your feet. And you put allow her confirmation to go through, means that all you guys are very much corrupt. Because the lady has lie on oath. Lying is a criminal in nature. So she will not be accepted in the governmental process. And even the rescue guy, they came to rescue the Liberian people.
They have confirmed the woman already.
So, okay, thank you very much.
The woman has been confirmed. We're getting reports that she has been confirmed.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You are on the air.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel calling from Pakistan territory. You know, we told the people who the government serious, but the people were looking. But we got our lawmakers in there. They're looking at the wrong things, but the city won't win. We told the people, you see that woman that confirmed me? That woman, she said all kinds of taba in the country. On people, at the end of the day, they see people sitting to confirm that woman. And we told them, we said the federal government that people are always going to loot the country. Because the people not coming back. So the people will loot and rape the whole country of all the people. We told them, you don't understand. On 2029, President, we have to make sure and prosecute each and every one of them. Before that time, thank God I will see the day, we will see 2029. We will vote president, we have to massively. We will run campaign perfect on the ground or inside ground, on the water. We will run the ground for a president to be a president again. Thank you very much.
The boy have started running campaign. The Pope printed a t-shirt 2029. Hello.
Hey, Andrew, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, fine. And you? Let's hear you, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you. No, Sergio just said it right. That if they tell you, say you, Andre say, yeah, you don't know how I'm going in that camp. Let me go start with them. Now go in that camp. The back, yeah, we go. Every time they can come on that camp, I can't go start with them. I call and I said something. What all they get, I call. How many people call? Instead of being there, can't talk about she came back. You were tired. So I went back for I said, man, I was say you're tired responding. So I was spending the money. You saying that's a fine looking at me talking, and you're now responding to me. You responding to me. I'm personally talking, but you're saying my cancer name, you say to yourself. I'm tired of talking, yeah, you're tired of responding. I'm talking. Nobody to pay. If you know what I'm saying, and that is true, then you go to that and relax. But because you know what I'm saying, and you're telling me you're tired of talking, you're saying you're tired of responding, my daughter. It wasn't your time. All right, we will say the thing about funny, we are a funny man. I say you're one funny man. Who looking funny and filthy all the way, the way you're talking. Then you say no, I said no, you start on your platform. They make only we are the work only we are the material your funny. I say your water is a filthy man and funny looking man. What do you think for? I'm telling you, he said no. What's my son we are? So my customer was out there, he said, oh no, don't do it. No, they get tell us what he's doing. But you said I want to tell me, oh, if you want, yeah, look, I said no, you hear what you said. What you say you had it, they tell me you think that he's not hearing, you had it. That was how we respond to her. You know, I walk back in, I say I crack it more than her. So they said, don't do it. I said, what do it? If she can't see me, she can't come and cut off, what is the platform? I said, respond to her. And so we are funny, but I said, what I say, he's a funny looking man and he's looking stupid in the face. Thank you, my son.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, Nema Freeman. I come from the Oro. For me, I don't worry on the elected party. Because what they are doing, they get exposing themselves. We don't have to expose our strength to them. Then they give all their strength to the devil. Then Jesus will reveal himself to them.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Pastor Cooper calling from Barnesville, precisely District 11.
Pastor Emmanuel Cooper.
Yeah, but Andrews, I want to thank you for the analysis and the force you exerted in motivating and inspiring people, because Labra is no longer the same. You need to recognize that the country has gone as an indisciplined society. Hearing ministers, senators who are supposed to be a people of moral life, that they should be example to the younger generation. We have disgraced this country. So to put the country back in the rightful footing in terms of rules and order, respecting the Constitution, that brought on backward. So I think the religious society should be able to stand up right now and make sure that we have a stand or a say into national governance, that the country is declining morally. Yeah, look at what the FBF boss speaks on national radio. Insulting. You're not even howling the insulting words. Even if you want to address somebody not to come to your station, like what happened between here and the manager of Case FM, Mr. William. You don't insult people like that. So why is the moral level he also talking about? Where is this society heading? So like you really said, we need to take the 2029 for now, not to wait. You got to be very forceful and focused and strategic. So everybody have to be doing that to get the country back from the guy's hand. It will take God. Thank you, sir.
Pastor Emmanuel Cooper, call me in after the show. Let's talk something. Call me on this number 0886 673 922.
0886
673
673
922.
922. Okay, sir. God bless you.
Yeah, call me after the show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, my brother, for discussing. Good afternoon. You know, when you never got me born, I say, the CBD for your data, your uncle, you will still on Insta. I tell you, I said, we're still on Insta. Everyone always still on Insta. I can answer when you talk about this thing. I said, everyone always talk about that. Everyone always still on Insta. You're tired talking. I said, everyone talking. Because if my one talking, then you're not talking, if you are still on Insta, they will hear me. But you're talking. So I give you lesson every day. If I respond, then you are only they say you still on Insta. That I can answer them. I can get better. They can make me better. They can make me better. You're still on Insta. I can get better. When they say you're still on Insta, I say you're still on Insta. That was still on Insta. You're still on Insta. That's something like that is talking. You see, you Paco. That's why I said, Waka, why is one like person saying very strategic? You Paco, insulting. I listen to the insult when you play. Then they're talking one more. Insulting. That is kind of man that you don't want brother go play Joto. Never job we are started, never say not educated. He knows nothing. He not going to go to the he don't want wrong good decision. Because you know you give a voice a room man, talking man. You put it there, then you can't use power now. Then you bring it down on radio, EFPC, the one step radio, the one listen to. Then you put it down radio, insulting. That's about the power.
Okay. Time.
That kind of person that I went for zero. Thank you very much, my brother.
Hello. Hello? Hello? You are on the air, sir. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Lila from Brother Monaco. Anju, I just want to tell you for the shoes, Anju. But when the prayer is for now to turn to the Nala, go everything that the people have on the call, let it put it, let it put it out, confess. Low, yeah, what in our mind? And a prayer everything I can do. Once you expose everything that in that, I can't life. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the show, Baba.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Sandro.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this is I'm calling from Township of West Point this evening, man. So, man, let me tell you something today. Today, the market, you said why is going out and hand knife. You don't respect the whole country. Nobody just respect the country right now. The men look at the whole city today, content everybody down to the cost. They content everybody. I tell you two stories. The men going out and hand now. They try to spoil the whole country. The third way become president that will spoil Liberia. I will be the last man to spoil Liberia. That's what I'm doing now. But I spoil the country. But I spoil anything the man say, anything he say, he will be the founder. That's all. That's man. Anything he say will be the founder. Anything but that say will be the founder. Nobody can talk about what you doing now. It's spoil the whole country now. The whole country is spoiled now. I tell you two stories today. The man spoil Liberia. And nobody don't want to stand there and talk. Don't be afraid to talk. You must say the fact. That's called the whole Liberia. If you want to happen in the corner, it's happening now. Because man spending. If you want man spending, what am I doing? Thank you for the program.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank God. And you?
Hello, this is A.B. Kali. I'm calling you from Jamaica, Roberto Town. You see, Sir Andrew, the United Party government, what they want to do, as you were saying, is a plan. They're waiting that when 2029 is getting closer, trying to prosecute the previous government official to invest expenses in contesting, in partaking in the 2029 election. And we know that track, Sir Andrew. And what I want to hang around and talk to the judge we are. All that thing we know, Mr. Andrew, that plan cannot work. It will not save them, Sir Andrew. Even if they take that round, they will borrow with tough resistance. Okay? Because what we are witnessing in the country now in the hands of the government, they are not governing well. Because you thought that you came to change the system. No business as usual. But where are we witnessing today? Corruption is everywhere. Then you want to marginalize the mean opposition? We know their plan, Sir Andrew. This is what they want to do. After we go close to 2029, they'll be running after Georgia. But let's see it. We hear. They will power resistance for us. It cannot work. My brother, thank you for following the time, man.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is political sign. You might call it on. This is thank you for the topic of the discussion. You very well. Then listen to all what you say. I give you granted. But if you were with the sedition and you were the citizen that way, do their vote that way, go and see what they want, what they need and what they don't need. Everything is good. Everyone like good and bad things. If liberate you look at it, you want to be in property. If you were to put the people back for the 12 years, the way they can be talking is this 6 years, 12 years, because our brother already gave the peace, working in the election, 70,000 vote, working very rich, equal to Yucatan population. But we all seeing it with something. Today, our president, I can see in Africa, which is Liberia, the liquor killing the youth. There's no way for our Liberian industry to go and ask people how they manufacture the liquor, because liquor are killing the youth. Now, see, if Jamaica could leave $10 in $150, you know what coming to happen in Liberia? We won't get 200, 300 to go and eat too. Now, look at the sharpness. Everywhere you go, liquor on the street, but where is wrong? If you want liquor, go in the shop with liquor or on the street. Too much can go buy liquor. Liquor is just with how many percent we just drink it. Every day liquor is just producing. It's wrong. Killing the youth. I'm a football defender. But look at the photo now. It's 3 years already finished. We'll see the child not now for 3 years. At 3 years, the child still has to start crying. Nothing will do. Because we look at 2 years. The other 1 year is for election. So the 2 years are coming. I want party C, our chairman, our big people. Let the police come up with your campaign around.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You did extremely well. Yes, this break, then we go home.
The people's curse in Africa. The problem isn't the leader, it's the people. That's the truth Africa has avoided for too long. We love to shout change every election, yet our hearts remain the same. We expect new results from the same broken mindset. We remove one man and replace him with another molded from the same soil of greed, ignorance, and impatience. From Nigeria to Kenya, from Zambia to South Africa, from Ghana to Congo, the story repeats like an old drumbeat that never changes its rhythm. Africa doesn't suffer from a lack of leaders. It suffers from a lack of citizens who think. We treat politics like a football match. We wear party colors like jerseys and scream for our team to win, not for our nation to rise. We celebrate thieves because they come from our tribe. We defend failures because they share our tongue. And when the country falls apart, we act shocked, as if we didn't vote for the very hand that now chokes us. We say we want change, but we want it fast, instant like coffee. We want overnight success without discipline, without sacrifice, without time. But no real change grows overnight. It takes seasons of sweat, pain, and patience. Even the best leader cannot build in a land where citizens destroy faster than they repair. You cannot plant mangoes and expect oranges. And yet, that's the curse of our continent. We build illusions and call them dreams. We fall for promises that sound sweet, ignoring the bitter medicine of truth. Politicians know this. That's why they lie. Lies sell faster than truth because truth demands work. Truth offends the lazy, it exposes the comfortable. Democracy, as we practice it, has become a theater of deception, a system designed to enslave the very minds it promised to free. The ballot has become our new chain. Every few years we line up to vote, not for vision, but for faces. Not for progress, but for revenge. We think replacing a man will replace our condition. But the real prison is not State House. It's the mind of the African voter. Look around. Every African country repeats the same cycle. Corruption, outrage, elections, hope, disappointment, then silence. We blame presidents for potholes, but refuse to pick up trash outside our homes. We curse the government for unemployment, but celebrate shortcuts and fraud. We expect heaven from leaders while living like devils in our own small spaces. And yet the truth remains. No leader can save a people unwilling to save themselves. Real change begins when citizens grow up. When they read, think, question, and work. Not just when they complain. When they build communities before building slogans. When they understand that government is not a savior, but a reflection of the people. Africa doesn't need more elections. It needs continuity, accountability, and citizens who act like owners, not spectators. The greatest revolution is not in the streets, it's in the mind. The day Africans stop waiting for rescue, that will be the day we rise. Until then, we remain trapped, not by bad leaders, but by our own illusions. The enemy is not at the top. The enemy lives within us. And until the African changes his mind, no constitution, no election, no foreign aid will ever set him free.
Thank you very much, sir. A very insightful piece of advice for the African voters. You believed them yesterday with all of their promises. Today, they betrayed you. And they think they are right, but you have another opportunity ahead of you called 2029. Just so you know, as we go home, everyone, the establishment has taken the lead to campaign. Unity Party has started campaigning. I cannot tell you to campaign because the National Elections Commission has that exclusive right, But I can encourage you to encourage fellow citizens. Even though Unity Party has printed T-shirt or shirt, Unity Party, we are Buakai 2029. They are showcasing their T-shirts. It is your money. They think they are provoking you. Don't see it as provocation. I wouldn't want you to think that way or feel that way, but rather a challenge, a motivation to reach out in every community, every clan, every village, every town. Start encouraging citizens, start motivating them. Along the way, they will have one or two reservations or complaints to express. Just be patient, listen to them as they express their concern. At this point, you don't need any argument. No, going into 2029, you want to use a simple psychology, listen to them, accept them. Whatever happened is the past, is history. Reach out, encourage one another, build up each other, stand with each other, encourage each other with the encouragement that 2029, it's possible, it's in your favor. They will use money. They lie when they say, George, we are use your good. They have no time in their favor. They cannot do anything within 3 years. They will attempt, they will try, they will leave too many unfinished projects. At that point, they will now come out with cash violence. They will use monetary weapons. Yeah, what I can say to you, envisioning that time, because the signs are clear, they are putting money in different areas purposely for the election that they will withdraw freely. You do not have the money as an opposition community as compared to the government, but you have what the government don't have, they won't have, they can have. You in the opposition got the numbers, and you have to increase that numbers. It is against the backdrop I'm encouraging you to reach out in various communities, towns, and villages. Start preaching the message of Wiyad's return. Don't say anything. Don't talk about any project whatsoever. Just move with one message. George Weah is coming back. Believe me, it is possible, and we need you. You can help us make it happen. That's all the message you need to preach. Don't preach 2 messages, 3 messages. Don't talk about multiple things. You will get them confused, and then it might move into argument, and then just appeal to their consciences. That's how you raise numbers. That's how you increase your number. Appeal to their consciences. Allow them to see reason. Why? Tell them, we need you. It's coming back. At sedition, we need you. And please, if you can reach out to your brother, your sister, please do it. You need the number, only numbers you need. You don't need money. No, you don't need money. You only need the numbers. Unity Party is convinced they can win you because they are sitting over the coffers. They will use money everywhere, every place. Don't be carried away by that. Just carry the message. George Weah is coming back. We need you. Please help us do it. And you would see and say to yourself, yes, I was right to vote Weah again. You are not campaigning, unlike Unity Party that is campaigning. They've printed T-shirts and shirts with Joe Walker image on the back, and they have 2029. That is a campaign. Since they are doing it, don't print T-shirt. You have the ability to print T-shirts, but you cannot because you live within the law. You are law abiding. But please, here is what is unto you. Reach out. Every person, every place, every community, every clan, every village, every house, every structure. Your seditions, sympathizers of CDC, those who share Weah's vision, yes, not full members of CDC, but they are friends of Weah. you can also appeal to their conscience. This you can do within the space we have. 2029 is not far. Don't live with that misunderstanding. Don't allow anybody to give you that understanding that 2029 is far. No, it looks far literally, but technically it's not far. The National Elections Commission starts next year. If you think I'm not telling the truth, just fan around the National Elections Commission on 9th Street and see. Talk to people. You'll hear them tell you that we've been having series of meetings about 2029 elections. Unity Party knows that very well. So don't sit. Don't sit. Start working now. Forget about the numbers. The numbers 2029 is God. It is not for you to worry about. It is not for you to be concerned about. It is set. Nothing and nobody can change it. Nothing and nobody can postpone it. It is there. Don't worry about 2029. 2029 should not be your concern. George Weah knows that 2029 is set. What he is doing is he has embarked on preparations. He's using the period leading to 2029 for the election. If you listen to his chief of office staff, former information minister and former maritime boss Len Eugene Nangbe, in Rabat, Morocco, when he gave the itinerary or the schedule of former President George Weah, what did he say? That the former president itinerary in 2-4, that means one sporting and the other one political. He said when the former president is done with his FIFA work, the next focus is on his party, the Congress for Democratic Change. So we are out of the country, FIFA activities, finish with that, then he turns to CDC. Why is he doing it? Because 2029 is sealed by God. What he ought to do, prepare. That's what God said. Not to worry about numbers, not to worry about year, but prepare, because the year is not determined by you. The year is not determined by us. The year has already been determined by God. And what did he say? Prepare, get ready, start now. So it is unto all of us. Every day we sit here, we are working out the plan. We are working out the return. It is our responsibility. That's what we are doing as per our preparation. So the radio people are talking. Everywhere they're talking. Voice of Liberia talking. Bannon talking. The rest of the people, Kings FM, everybody talking. That's our responsibility within the preparation plan. You got yours. You are the foot soldiers. You have to make the sacrifice. A return to the presidency is not on a silver platter. It's not going to be easy. When they tell you that your leader would not return, even though that is a stupid statement to make, because no normal person can say that, only God can say that, because he has the future. He determines what is what. And he tells us nobody should determine the future of another man other than him, God. He, God. So they use that to discourage you, to make you feel some way, somehow. But don't get discouraged. Be energetic, be spirited, get yourself ready. Reach out to your people, befriend those seditians, reach out to them, make friends with them, the ones that you don't even know, but you get to know through people that they are seditians. Make friends with them. These are simple strategies because, listen, you want to increase the number. Unity Party can beat you. They know that very well. They can beat you. They know you have the number. They've seen it. They know that George Weah's popularity has not gone down. They had thought that we are leaving the presidency, his popularity was finished, would have gone down. But they have seen on 2 occasions and are convinced that with this, we are not in campaign period. We're just few years away from 2029. This man, 2 appearances are scary. This man, truly, his popularity is still intact. Weah's popularity is increasing by the day in Liberia and out of Liberia. Thank God Almighty, they are pushing. It is not for one person. It's just like what the guys will say in football. When they put the injury time up, you hear the guy say it's not for one team, it's for everybody. Thank God they are pushing for diaspora involvement in the election. We hope that can get through the legislature, meaning those people out of Liberia will have the right to vote. Just as Unity Party people are out of Liberia, seditions are out of Liberia. So that's going to be shared between the political parties. CMC had people out of the country. MPC has people out of the country. Everybody has people out of the country. Please raise the bar, raise your standard, be motivated, don't get discouraged. Reach out everywhere. Don't bring anything inside again of this thing called disenchanted. No, God said a house divided against itself cannot win 2029. Bring nothing inside of this enchanted, this, that. No. Don't do it. Because you did it, so they capitalized on it when they were in opposition. And you thought that you were doing the right thing, but it went against you. Today, they are enjoying that decision you took on disenchanted. Don't do it. Don't have any disagreement within yourself. If disagreement comes, try the best you people can to resolve it as quickly as possible. Let nothing hold you people apart, but let everything, a common purpose, moving into 2029, keep you people together. In the community, in the house, and wherever, reach out. Don't make palaver with anybody at this point in time going into 2029. Even if you are provoked, I beg you, I appeal to you, I hold your fore, as we say in Liberian term, let it go. At this point, you need the people. They feel they already have the people. They think that everything is working in their favor.
The truth Africa has avoided for too long. We love to shout change every election, yet our hearts remain the same. We expect new results from the same broken mindset. We remove one man and replace him with another molded from the same soil of greed, ignorance, and impatience. from Nigeria to Kenya, from Zambia to South Africa, from Ghana.
So please, I beg you, I take God to beg you. In Labyrinthine, we say, I hold you for. Don't get bitter with yourself. Don't get bitter with your fellow seditions. Hold together. If you are provoked, I know it's hard. You aren't that strong. You will put in emotion, but please resist it by letting it go. At this point in time, they are saying, and getting into next year, they will say even more and stronger ones. Be sensitive. You don't have the money. They have the money, but you have the strength. That strength is the numbers. You've got the numbers. Don't allow anything to come in between. God said a house divided against itself cannot win 2029. Your concern, the next person concerned should be your concern as a sedition. Oh, yes. That's what it is. That's how you win your enemy. That's how you overcome your enemy. Hold together. Reach out. Only one message. Only one message. This is a simple election psychology I'm giving you. Only one message. Don't preach 2 messages, 3 messages, 4 messages. Don't waste time. No, the people are already aware. They've already aware. So just motivate them. They only need motivation. Where it's coming back. We need you. You are so important. You are so significant. We can't do this without you. How happy we will be hearing you putting your vote there. But the time you finish saying these words, and you may not sound like me, you have your own ability, your own gift. Before you can finish, that person will be too happy and say, we can. Reach out everywhere. Everywhere, every community, rehab, Badnuttsville, Congo Town, Douala, Broadville, wherever. When I say reach out, I'm not saying when you're living in rehab, you must move from there. You can't in Douala. People who in Douala reach out to fellow seditions order. Those in rehab reach out to fellow seditions. Those in wherever, whatever the community. Just increase the number and keep the number stable going into 2029 and put this to test. Put my experiment to test. 2029, try it and see whether you will not have a tsunami gulf, a tsunami margin, right? Not tsunami, but a gulf margin between you and Unity Party. Just try that. It's already clear. It's already set. Just tell them, is coming back. We need you. Please, we need you. Even if they come up with some concerns, don't explain anything. Don't try to justify anything. Just continue to appeal to them. Say, yes, we understand, we accept that. Please, we'll beg you. We need you. We need you on board. You are very important. You are a very key player for us. Please come on board. Because if they raise concern and you think that you are the right person to listen to that concern and you can address the concern, you will be making no impact. I wouldn't talk to anybody and then they're raising concern and I say, no, I'm not in a position to do anything, but I'm in the position to say, yes, you are right, but I beg you, I hold you for. Just let it go. Let's get you on board. You are important. Just your vote can give the return to the presidency. Simple. So that's what I want you people to do. I beg you all. I take God to beg you. I hold you for. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. What guy you're going into 2029. So, with that said, now, just so you know this, they do not have proper message. They are noisemakers. They are what the Englishmen call irony of themselves. They say one thing and do another. They say insult all over the place. Let me share with you the words used in reaction to Simeon Freeman by the Minister of Information. We do not see this as insult, but rather description. So you will agree with us now that nobody insults. But Unity Party people think that they are clever. They are the ones who are the only educated people in Liberia. So when you describe, then they consider it insult. But when they insult, you should consider it a description. It's an irony. Listen to the Minister of Information reacting to Simeon Freeman based on his critique. He said Simeon Freeman is an entertainer. That's what he said. Simeon Freeman is an entertainer, meaning he is a caricature. An entertainer is that person who makes people laugh. To some extent, the person isn't taken serious because it is a comedy. The person on the stage performing. Now, you don't want to say that to a serious-minded man talking about serious issue in the country. But that's the Minister of Information. He goes on to use another word. He said, rubbish, garbage, trash. That what Simeon Freeman said is rubbish. And you know what rubbish means? You are mentally dead. Now, don't allow you think these words have the meaning practically that's so bad off. It means you are mentally dead. You are mentally sick. If somebody said that is a rubbish, they're telling you you are a schizophrenic. You have a serious mental problem. You need to go to the psychiatry or taken to the psychiatry for checkup. But the same people, when somebody describes, then they consider it insult. You see, mental madness. Should the minister is descriptive. So we say AB has always been descriptive. Every journalist in this country, when Sekou say puppet of a president, that's description. We have heard Unity Party people on the radio station. One time we listened to D15. Listen to how D15, something came up with the former vice president. It was the time they went at Alexander Cummings' headquarters, ANC, the collaboration of political parties, opposition political parties, and they held that meeting. At the close of the day, when they said, I think of Snow, when the woman gave her position, listen to the people on Yomli Kanga, Lawrence, and Senator Darius Dillon, Unity Party Radio. Listen to how they describe the former vice president as if she is not a woman, as if Unity Party don't have women in their party. But no one saw that as wrong. And there are a couple we can reference. But once you are in the opposition, that's how Liberia culture look, how stupid it is. When you are in the opposition, you're bad. You are Satan children. You're not worthy. When you are a government person, government supporter, fine. You are holy. You are sacrosanct. You are the holy of the holy. That's mental madness. Should this be coming from the Minister of Information? So who insults now? Everybody is describing. Everybody is describing. Nobody is insulting. No leader is above criticism. No leader is above reproach. The dullest thing that you ever want to do to say this person when I say this about that person. That's the dullest thing you ever want to do. And it even question the kind of school you went to and how you learn. Because you exhibit literacy in situation like this. Reasoning. You know what is description and what is a vulgar expression. I continue to use that V word because I know what is that the right way to describe it. I can say those words. A vulgar, just actually a look of vulgar expression. That the one the people then can use. They zogos then women in the yard lose women and lose men and when they open their mouth, people holla. Hey man. My man, you get mom, man, you get sister that woman born you. Those expressions are what they call vulgar expression or vulgar insult. That means you're going on into the person now. But description is to give your listeners, your reader, a full understanding. When you're reading literatures, you see some words, you come across some words, and you think the writer is being rude. No, the writer isn't rude. The writer is just being descriptive so that you have a full understanding imaginatively of what this man is portraying. You're so dull of a people. You can't talk about people insulting. Yeah. So you go ben yeke. You go ben yeke. Yeke that can go vulgar. Yeke can use vulgar expressions. They want the real cursing. And I want yeke can use on boaka. Why that man can announce the ban on yeke? You think AB needed FBS? AB presence was going to add spice and value and essence to FBS. You can't talk about cursing. That's the only message you get. Yeah. Even if you say curse, what Joe will say, he say curse God. You know how many persons they say all manner of things of God descriptively? God had problem with them. They know that they're right. The very God who, when people say anything he like he can smash you off the earth in a twinkling of an eye. The man say everybody get a right to express themselves. I'm the originator of democracy. Any way you describe me, I will accept it. Then the president in the country, your son here, your course George, we are wife. You say all kinds of personal things about the woman. You people are sitting down here. You call yourselves Unity Party ethicists today. Your cause George, we are to the core. Your wish George, we are deaf. Even in this time, you're in government. You're still wishing the man's death. You're in opposition. The Fadiga brothers that moving around today saying all kinds of things. And they say that they wish that we are would die in plane. The plane will crash. And the other man said he wished that he could turn to a snake and when we are would die. Why you didn't say it was unethical? Why you didn't say that because it's directed to you? Why you're inviting curse on yourselves? Dull of a people call themselves rescue. Literally dull. Nobody insults in the space. Everybody describes. Pastor gets on the pulpit. Pastor describes. When the pastor giving a description, some of the members who are not literate enough, they are not exposed, then they say the pastor talking to them. Who in the space in this country does not describe? Who in the space is clean? Who in the space is clean? And I like a biblical example last night, which fits the entire situation. John 8:7. When they brought the woman to stone her, Jesus said, I don't get problem with you people condemn me. You say the woman this, the woman that. But amongst all of you people in this identical gathering, and everybody in this village, in this province, let one person show whether he has not insulted, whether he has not said anything, he has not done anything, that you people are lambasting against the woman that you're ready to execute capital punishment. And none of them could say anything that's the same way. Who amongst Unity Party people have not insulted the very Joseph Yuma Boaka, insulted people? Well, what? He was being descriptive. We can consider that insult. The man goes to Foreign Affairs Ministry a couple of days ago. You ain't see it? You ain't here? He said, you want be poppy, you must be poppy. You want be door, you must be door. Should that kind of expression come from a president? Should that? What can the teens and other people that were following the president's statement? What do you think they will take? They will take from him? The hearing the president, the man who should be encouraging using expression when you want to be poppy, you must be poppy. You want to be cat, you must be cat. Should that come from the president? But did anybody see it as insult? No, he was being descriptive. The president was just being descriptive. He was not insultive. He was not insulting anybody. Everyone is describing. You go, you come down. We were described. Except now you bring your army outside, you bring your police outside and start killing people for describing the president. We were talking to the president. Joseph Yuma Boaka is not God. You stop inviting Christ on this country. Everything has the spiritual implication. That's how Nebuchadnezzar, the people started with him. That's how they started with Cyrus, and on we can go. That's how they started with King Ahasuerus. Say all the people disrespecting you. Issue a decree. That's how the advisors turn presidents into dictator. Africa is noted for that. Oh, the president, don't talk to the president away. Don't serve. The president is not God. The president is just as common citizen as they say, as anybody. The only difference is he is the leader because he was elected. The same way the pastor is not different from anybody making up the congregation in the pew. The only difference is just so the people will see him. It's the same in politics. He's not above criticism. The president can criticize. The president can say things to people. The president can throw jabs. The president can become graphic descriptively. So too, the people can react descriptively, graphically. Just stop, man. Just shut up. That's not your know about ethical standard. You people are in opposition. You're dead nasty thing in this country. You almost plunged the country into another round of bloodshed, which you wanted. If George Weah had not shown that kind of leadership, time like that we're talking different thing. You people were ready that today people will worship Joseph Yuma Boaka as if he God. That I seen Joseph Yuma Boaka was when you're in opposition, supporting all kinds of things, disrespecting peoples. Oh, that now because he's president. Let's stop this thing here. Patronage politics is not good for Africa and particularly Liberia. Everybody must worship the patron because he's the president. Just stop that. Yes, he's the president. We respect that. He was elected constitutional, democratically and sworn in constitutionally. But it doesn't say that he's God. It doesn't say. The president goes to place descriptively. What did he say? He said, bunch of hooligans burn the place. Should that have come from the president, or should that be considered insult? No. The president was being descriptive. The Minister of Information using these words, rubbish, trash, garbage. He's been descriptive. So when AB says nah, then you talk, you're all of you are afraid of AB. I can see why Boaka mentioned the man's name. He want to call the name AB real boy, told the show. Face the honor, they say, face the issue. And he say you strong. And he say you get a radio station, you can talk. You know law and gospel. No, the president is not law and gospel. This is a democratic culture. The great United States, you know how many times the people refer to Donald Trump as puppet of a president. You know how many times they turn Donald Trump into different cartoons? They say all manner of things. Have you seen Donald Trump? People say, oh, you're insulting the president, and anybody who insult the president, and you are not kind. That's what they call democracy. Democracy goes with swallowing the bitter pills because it comes with too many things. When you are a ruling establishment, you get ready to withstand. George Weah withstood a number of things from you people. Yesterday, you have people insulting George Weah with insulting Joel Howard Taylor, insulting everybody. You people never knew that they had women, but today, nobody will talk to Bwaka, nobody will say anything. As if Bwaka is God for this country. Bwaka ain't no God. Bwaka is one human being on earth. Bwaka is the president of this country, which we respect, and we respect him as our leader. But it doesn't say that people should bow to him and worship him. If you United Party people can bow to him and worship him, fine. But we will not. Just as the three Hebrew brothers said, we will not bow. We will not. He is the president. He is our president. He was elected democratically and sworn in constitutionally. Joseph Yuma Bwaka is the president of the Republic of Liberia. Nobody can take it from here. Nobody can take it from our country. But it doesn't say that he's God. People should worship him. Everybody describing it. Nobody insulting in the space. Nobody. Except you tell that you know what insult is from description. I see you. I see you. Yo, drop that thing. I see you. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I see you. Sorry. I see you. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for the little emotion. Sorry. I see you. So this is how we go. This is how we go home.
Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan.